Hi guys, here we are on the second hole at People's Golf Club, and I'm going to discuss myth 3. So the last couple of days I've discussed myth 1 and myth 2. So myth 3, what we're going to talk about is players who get into their head where they shouldn't allow for a great deal of wrist hinge because they're scared in case they lose control of what they're doing, hit the ball thin, hit the ball fat when they get flicky. But what I'm trying to get today is people who get into a scenario where they when they take the club back, they don't have any wrist hinge at all, so they're trying to take the club back as straight as possible on that line. The wrists effectively don't hinge, it's just all arms, there's no turn at all. And then they come back down and the club makes contact, so when I come back down from this angle, so I take the club back, little wrist hinge, when I come back down, I do not create any energy at all or any compression, so it's almost this action. So take the club back, skull it along the ground. But what I want to try and get across today is how important it is to use your wrists efficiently. So what we've got here is probably a 20 to 30 yard chip shot. So what we need to do is being able to understand how we control our wrists and our pivot throughout the shot. So if we control our pivot correctly, our wrists will be able to maintain the correct angles through impact. Anyway, let's talk about number 1. So I see a lot of players getting out of control wrists. They don't know how to control that. So what this video provides, it will provide you with a bit of more in-depth knowledge about how to approach a shot like this. So what we need to do is we need to feel our wrists. So we need to feel our wrists more passive. Feel like the club head's more passive. The club head almost gets to the ball first, our hands are slightly behind. I wouldn't adopt that method if you're hitting a fuller shot, but maybe a shorter shot, because we want to obviously keep the ball in the grooves as long as possible. So what I want you to try and do is try and use our pivot. So if we use our pivot, so what I mean by a pivot is how our body turns in motion back and through. So if we take the club back, then turn through. If you see that, my body doesn't stall. So another thing, if you don't understand how the wrists cock and uncock, so when you take the club back, your pivot stalls, so your arms have to take over, and when your arms take over, that's where you're going to get that inconsistent strike, lack of compression and lack of consistency. So what we need to do is use our pivot to the best of our ability. So come back, turn through, our wrists will be able to turn with our pivot. So there's none of this where our wrists are lagging behind our pivot because our pivot stalled and then they overtake. So if we use our pivot correctly, that will be able to manufacture some sort of shot. So as we take the club back, come back down, our wrists will be able to come through as our pivot turns. So use our pivot and our wrists together. If we don't use our pivot correctly, that's where we're going to make a mess of the shot. So pivot, back, through. My wrist should just follow my pivot. So back, through. So try that once more. But anyway, the first myth we talked about was hit down to get spin. The second one was ball back, hands forward, hit down as steeply as possible. The third one we talked about is too much wrist. Wrist action is bad for you. But what we need to try and get into our heads is if we control our pivot, we don't need to adopt a very wristy action. So if we control our centre moving or our swing hub, then our wrists will be able to work accordingly with that. So none of this where the wrists are taking over or the wrists are lagging behind. So what we need to do is understand our pivot and how it works and hit good shots. So turn back, turn through, and none of this where I'm wristy, lack of consistency. So back, through. So there's my 3. If you've got any thoughts on the video, subscribe to my channel at Allan Golf, or follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Allan Golf. Thank you.